All right, race fans, here we go. We got Spartan Sim Racing League here tonight, the Master Series. Big track here, Auto Club. Talk about this track a lot. Oh, should be a good one. Qualifying underway. Thinking out here tonight, Wes.
Honestly, I just want to see a lot of like what we did at the end of last week's race at Gateway, where we had a nice long green flag run for about the second half of the race. Saw some green flag pit stops, some strategy going on, and hopefully see it again.
Yeah, it is a big track, and a lot of I talk about this track a lot as far as kind of what to expect, which might be a little different being these open style setups as opposed to a lot of times when I talk about. But I still will say that track position is going to be very, very crucial here tonight. So be interesting to see what these guys can pull on the club. Qualifying though, we'll put it on poll, and the last race of the Fast Five. Who's going to get that one here tonight?
I'd love to tell you I know exactly who it's going to be, but right now these five guys that we have, both cars, Coleman, Chesky, Clore, and Tucker, they all have speed. We've seen it week in and week out. So I'd give it a real toss-up. It's going to come down to qualifying and who's best at putting their cars in front of the others.
And with this track being such, position-oriented, again, we'll have to see how it plays out with an open style setup. If anybody can just come through the field here. Normally it's very tough too. But you never know. You get fooled.
Yeah, and that's where you're really going to have to go back. Tucker, not exactly last week's winner. He came home third, but showed a good race there. What you're looking for, I'd say, is probably the best comparison, but not quite the same as Michigan. It's, again, a long super speedway, a lot of draft and aero dependency on it.
Right now, one of the Fast Fives, man, Greg Carr's up front. Cole Macheski there with him. My bad.
Yeah, Greg Carr up front, Coleman Chesky only 0.05 of a second behind him. Oh. And then you got to go all the way back to Clore. He's down in 9th as the next Fast Five driver. So they're a little bit spread out so far in qualifying, all the way from 1st as the top to 13th of Alex Carr.
But Tucker, man, out there, not with the qualifying effort he would like. He's there in 11th.
And it's not exactly a bad thing. These five that we have right now, and a lot of these drivers even, they can start back in the field. You've seen, I can't say it enough, but Ginningsman, he's a prime example of this. Not the best at qualifying, but slowly throughout the race, they'll make their way up to the front and be there at the end to possibly get a win. So qualifying, well, yes, it does help because it puts you out in front of everybody else. Not exactly the most important if you're able to get strategy right.
Let's see how it plays out here at Auto Club. Well, folks, tell you what, be right back here. It's going to be a good one. Qualifying come to a close. Don't go anywhere. Got some warm up here.
What are you waiting for? Go ahead and take your shots. I know you're wanting more.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, here we go. We got Spartan Sim Racing here tonight. A little warm up here. Then we're going to conclude here at Auto Club. Got the Fast Five, and these guys, man, tonight. Auto Club, unique track. It's big.
Big and wide. Can run 3-4 wide at points, especially along the straightaways. People ducking down to try and get to the bottom before corner entry. But running them through the corners, a little bit more difficult because the track kind of washes you up a little bit on exit, but you can sometimes just get it to stay.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to find it. I want to see the difference between how these guys with a fixed setup, or how these guys with a fixed setup as opposed to these open setups we're going to see tonight, run this track, because again, this place very hard to pass. Normally track position is king here over tires. And we'll kind of see, and we kind of got surprised a couple weeks ago by what thought, well, tires would matter. Fortunately, man, track position was king there too, so I'd say it plays out here tonight. Right now looking pretty strong. Okay, innings went up front.
From Giddings, we know he can always have speed, especially at the end of the race. Didn't qualify well today, but we always say we look forward to seeing him at the end. And look at that, the 48 and yet another Marlboro scheme.
I see that. And he went with the red. He must have heard us.
I guess he did.
He went with all the packs, man. He started out with the green. He started out with the gold.
Started with gold and then went green.
Yeah, and then he's got the red one. Don't think. Oh, wait a minute. He's got the black to go. Wait a minute. He's got black. Yep.
He's got the black and I think silver.
I think they do still have the silver ones. I think they do. Not sure. All right, here we go. Look at what we got here. Let's grid them up here tonight. Got up front here, we got Greg Carr. Komacheski going to start there in second. Sanchez going to start third. Phillip in there in fourth. Westwood fifth. Gardner going to start there in sixth. We got Villager. Did I say that right? I have to,
Hold up.
I'll have to double check it. Yeah, I'll have to double check. We'll double check it in a second. Fluger, that it is, yep. Michael Mann starting in the 8th place. We got Shane Clover starting in 9th. Chris Vincent there in 10th. Michael Tucker there in 11th. We got Ed Kibbe going to start in 12th place spot. Back in 13th, man. Alex Carr. Kyle Gerlach going to be there in 14th. Bender starting in the 15th. Zozak in the 16th. 17th, we got Latham. Brucemacher going to be there in the 18th. Jones in 19th. Jorgensen in the 20th. There 21st. We got Alphen starting 22nd. 23rd, Holloman. Back at 24th spot, man. Back here, we got Medina. Ginningsman, we talked about right there in 25th. Seymour starting 26th. 27, Duncan. Boyles 28. Steve was there in 29th. 30th, Hyatt. And 31st place, we got that Goza? Good looking field out here tonight.
Pretty good, and some big names throughout as well. We've talked about the Fast Five. They're all starting within the top 13. Then Grutzmacher, he's around there 17th. You've got Ginningsman, always good to watch at the end, starting 25th. Boyle's all the way down in 27th, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and you know, tonight's the last of the Fast Five. So, you know, we crown a Fast Five winner along with the winner here tonight. Also, we got, you know, and we've got two of them up there. If you look at the ticker over to the side, you'll actually see they'll be highlighted in green. As, you know, always have been throughout the Fast Five series. And right now, got Carr and Cole Macheski going to kick it out front here.
Yeah, they might be the first two there, but you can kind of see behind them all on the inside just those green banners.
Yeah, no doubt. Ought to be a good one here. Lights off on the pace truck. Carr, Cole Macheski up front. Pace truck's in. We're going racing here, Auto Club style. Big track feel.
Green flag,
Green flag. We are racing here, Spartan Sim Racing League tonight. Well, like you said, already 3 wide, and this is the kind of things you're going to see on these starts, and this is the reason why a lot of times they get into trouble on this track on the starts, is because you got to kind of get everything you can here early on. So it's kind of chaotic on these race starts.
And you see all the way the two extremes. One right there, the 72 floor, he was wrapping the white paint there on the bottom. And you saw Gardner, I believe, he was all the way up against the wall, maybe running an inch off of it.
Yeah, I got a feeling like, you know, probably about 10 laps in, you're going to start seeing them go for the single file here a little bit. You know, might surprise us a little bit. They might stay double file for a while. Shane Clover right here in the 8th place spot, but you still see everybody's trying to get what they can get early on. Greg Carr still out front in this one.
Yes, it is. They're calculative aggressive right now. They're not going. It's a calculated aggression. They're not going crazy, making crazy dive bombs up the inside whenever they see a chance. They'll slowly build their run, and if they know they can pass them and do it safely without taking the other out, they're looking to make that. The 24, whoa, squeezes right up in front of Kolmacheski there.
Yeah, I think that's where he wants to be right there. That's Phillips, Kolmacheski in line. You see him back here. Guys starting to pull that single file. Now you got the 33 machine here. Bo Vincent. Got Gardner right there along with him. Westbrook, Sanchez and company. So, again, not really seeing which lane is dominant now. Kind of looks like the low and middle. I think I'm with you. Maybe later on as we go, that high lane might just kind of, you know, come in here to play. Oh, for the lead though.
I mean, right now we are seeing them run those multiple lanes, but from what I've heard, it's staying on the low line. It actually helps conserve tires, and eventually your car is only really going to want to run down there, because running up high just burns and burns and burns on that right rear.
All right. A good 3-wide, 2-wide battle here. Westwood, Sanchez, Tucker was moved up one. You know, again, I associate this track, I call it the Auto Club effect. This is such a momentum-based track. Very tough to pass. You know, this is really where, you know, we talked in the past about what it takes. You almost have to be about 2/10 faster to go around in here. It's going to take you some laps, and you can see it like right here. I mean, these guys are kind of locked up side by side. Sure, one might be faster than the other, but it's going to take them a little bit before they get around them.
And I know we've always had the discussion about how easy it might be to get right up on somebody if you're running maybe half a tenth to a quarter of a tenth quicker than them. But you need a solid tenth and a half, sometimes 2/10 to truly get around them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just, some tracks are that way. Some tracks are a little bit less, some are a little bit more. This is just so momentum style based. And you can see it right there as Chloe got a little bit off coming out of the turn and allowed the 45 machine there. Kibbe, that run coming, but can Kibbe make that pass? That's another kicker there. You see him, he gets awful. Goes down to low. And car got a little bit loose there on the inside, but also got a little tight coming off the turn.
Yes, it did. And then look at this checkup right here, all behind Clore. He's getting pushed heavily down the front stretch.
That is. But that's Clore, man. Sanchez there with it. Who's in front of them with Vincent. And then again, just loses. There's that momentum I'm talking about. You lose so much of it coming off the turn.
That's just going to let the 29 get right up to his rear.
Yeah, it is. Awesome. Westwood right there.
And he ships it down to the bottom again as Clore. And seems like his car stuck it this time, though.
It did. We got a battle for the lead. Man, looks like Phillips is going to take it over from Carr. Carr falls back. Still Cole Macheski there in third. You got single file all the way back. You got to go back around to about the 14th place spot there, Westwood and Zozak.
Looks pretty nicely organized for several cars up front, all the way to around 15th. Then as we look right here behind Grutzmacher, there's that whole cluster of cars on top of each other. Everybody else, though, nice and orderly as it seems. They're maybe just wanting to pack it in and lock some laps.
Well, you've got guys right now, and you're going to start seeing it. Well, they're going to be single file up here, but then you're going to start seeing these. Again, we go back to talking about cluster style battles. You know, don't know how long you're going to stay behind a guy. And right there, they still go. You're going to peek to the inside. You see Phillips did there. Carr gets back on the outside. Comachess is going to come on to the back end here. Carr, but then like on the back bottom there, you see Clore going to try it. But whether or not he's going to be able to make that pass or not, going to be the question.
Looks like he might have it. Cole Macheski squeezes up right in front of him.
Yeah, now Cole Macheski going to take it back out to the outside again.
Ward not quite able to hook the bottom that time, and I think that's going to lose him a bit of momentum on corner exit here. Hopefully, falls right behind Cole Macheski in line.
Ooh. There's some good little battles here, and you can see just how hard it is to pass at this place. I mean, they're going to try it, but just see how many laps it takes to get around. Now, looking like that outside lane's got a little bit better momentum right now. And the low line can get the pass, but can it hold it coming out of the turn?
Yeah, that's always the thing to think about. You've got high side, you're able to be in the gas a lot longer than the low side. The low side, you got to be off throttle, maybe even a touch of brake to keep it wrapped around the bottom and not slide up. But on the top side, you're able to just kind of throttle the gas in and out and hold it longer, and you just get this amazing run down stretch, the front and back stretches. I mean, we definitely see it here. We saw it at Michigan. Sometimes it even happens at the intermediate tracks.
Yeah. Good. Gardner there with it, Sanchez. Got Kibbe right here battling with Vinson. Let's go battle between Kibbe and Sanchez there. And this is a good indication, just showing you, that Auto Club style racing here. Where you think, oh, I got the guy, no problem, I got the pass. You get there in the middle, and it's, wait a minute, the car's not going anywhere. And then the next thing you know, you're back where you started like that. You're like, hey, could have been up there.
Yeah, and really to make that pass on the inside of work, you've got to dive it down into the corner and pull off a slide job to get right up in front of the car that you're trying to pass as they're running high, to give them that dirty air and not let them get a run on you. You really want to complete that through about the first half of the turn and not have it happen right at the exit, so that they're able to just come at you with speed and sweep below you and go right back around.
Yeah, and you see, I mean, Bowles is the only one who's actually been able to come up to the field a little bit here. He's up 13 spots right now. But, this track, you're just not going to really see a guy just come from the back and just zoom straight through the field. It's just one of those tracks. Takes some time to do. He's going to pick them off one by one as the best he can. Is a great car. Went off track.
I think he definitely went off track there.
Now let's what happened here. He was up front leading. And just lost it. Or through the tryover where it happened. They went 3 wide.
Trying to give
a little help.
Oh, just not quite clear.
Oh, just a little bit
Yellow
to the
flag.
horn of caution too. So while we watch this, we got right live here. We got a couple other things. Like Michael Spencer went off the track here on with J.B. Jones.
JP's ahead of him here.
JP lost it.
Ginningsman barely avoided that one.
Right, got it right there. Oh, hang on to it.
Slow it down, Art. Nope.
He tried. Caution. Okay. I think that actually probably benefited old Greg Carr there a little bit, man, after that little incident he had.
He's certainly happy to see it. Lost a huge amount of time with his little trip he had. Now everybody's going to be bunched back up in front of him.
Absolutely. Thor. Phillips. Vince. Top 3. I think we've seen some pretty much typical From Auto Club style racing. Tough place to pass. Now, it will get tough to pass if we get a long green flag run. And I think we saw a little bit there. On these restarts, though, is when it can be very chaotic.
Yeah, you talk about long green flag run with the set they have on now, plus the 4 new sets of tires on pit road. They're able to go about every 30 laps, so we're seeing some takers here. Some people stayed out, though.
Looks like the top. Right now, top 10. Top. Looking up. Top. Stayed out. Chesky the first one in. Roger Greg Carr did not come in.
Well, and we've talked about that. It's a track position dependent track to say it the best.
Well, the thing
So
on
even
his
with-
end, I'm sorry about that, but the thing on his end is he was already going to be in the back anyways. He wasn't going to gain anything because it's still putting him in 15th spot.
Yeah, and he might. That's what I'm sitting here wondering as well. He was going to be in the back anyways. That spin definitely overheated his tires and made him unhappy.
Oh, we'll have to see how it plays out here. I mean, but this is a good thing. Talk about track position. Now we're going to really see, you know, Phillips was the first one that took 4 tires. Tucker, Kolmacheski, they look like, but if they even took 2, I'm not sure. These took just fuel out there. Shane Clore, everybody else looks like they took the entire route. And this here is going to kind of give us an idea. Okay, I'm still going to hold to the track position as king, especially when you're talking about those guys are way back in 18th place spot. It will take them so long to get to the front. Not to say they can't get to the front, but by that time, probably looking at pit stops again.
I believe with you that track position holds key. And as you mentioned, we had a couple of those guys that came down. Kolmacheski and Tucker both only took 2. And even Kalen Mitchell back there in 25th, he took 2 tires. So we can kind of see what the 3 differences are going to play out to be. No tires versus 2 tires versus 4 tires.
Interesting gambles here early. If it pays off, Vincent up front with Gardner. Gibby, Sanchez car there, top 5. Lights off on the pace truck. Here we go. Going back green. Auto Club here tonight. Got him up 2 by 2. Pace truck coming out of 4. Vincent. Pace truck's in. Here we go. Start zone.
Green flag,
Back
green
green.
flag.
Vincent there.
Very good jump. And Colton, meanwhile, he's got himself a little fight for second there with the 29. Real tight on exit for sure. No, you know, still giving room, a little bit loose, a little bit tight. At least tightened the space wise, not exactly the car. And
Right now, wow. Spread out. Now, go back here. We talked about it before. Back here's where Kolmacheski was. You can see Clore. And again, from what we're seeing right there, you know, he's got 4 tires. He does. Normally, you'd see tires, man, he'd just be coming through the field. Yeah, he should be a little bit faster, but it's just, for some reason, Auto Club is Auto Club.
Auto Club is Auto Club. Shane Clore just tucks up slightly behind Latham before diving it down to the bottom.
Just 2 wide here, 3 wide, make it in there, the 8 machine there, Tucker. Threading the needle.
Threading the needle, and he's the only him and Kolmacheski. They were the 2 up front at least that took 2 tires. And you can see
car.
he does.
Look at that paint job. That's got to be paint job, man. Tight right there now. Christmas time. Minions on it. That's cool. Hated.
I'm gonna slide right up in front of Jorgensen and Cole. 3 wide, a couple rows deep.
Back over Stevens, Westwood, Komacheski and Company. That's cool. Tucker's trying. It's going to take him a little bit to get through the field here at 3x3.
3x3, noses into rear bumpers, just kind of pushing. Meanwhile, up front, a little bit more civilized, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. Parker right there along with him. Michael Latham. Phillip.
Battle eventually kind of just dies out here as they all just single it out.
Now, man, Parker back there, man, battling up front. Got Vincent still leading. Got a pretty good lead, man, over the field. Sanchez there with Gardner. Battle here with Bozak, Kibbe. Duncan, Tucker.
31.
First one who pitted, obviously Tucker there with He's a steal, man. Gives a good indication just how long it takes to
Yeah, restarted. They're only up to 9th, 10th place. They restarted, what was it, around 18, around 16th, 18th?
Yeah. Right there in 10th. Stuck behind a little bit. Hadley. I mean, and here you got 4 tires versus older tires. So, and you can still see Coolers just not able just to go right on by Tucker. Finally makes it by him, but see how long it takes you to make a pass here at this track. That's why, you know, I reference it as a, you know, kind of the Auto Club effect. You know, some of the other tracks. Plus, we got that fast 5 too. Guys are battling for that.
And right now, it's who's got it? I think it's Clore has it over everyone else.
Yeah.
Or
Like Clore, Tucker, only 2 right now in the top 10.
and then Alex Carr just outside of it. Cole Macheski sitting in 13th, and then Greg Carr, he's all the way down in 21st.
Oh, I need that. I need that $10. Jorgensen right there along with Cole Macheski. Moving up the field there too. A lot of guys been back here. I mean, you got, you know, Stevens, Phillips, and all who even took 4 tires. They're just not making it. Which will kind of pay off for them because now they know on the next cycle they might not be able to have to take tires.
Little bounce off the wall there. Not exactly sure if Duncan got tied or lost it and had to gather it up.
A little Vincent right now out front. He is right there behind him. Gardner holding up in the 3rd. Boys down in 4th. Kibbe in 5th. We're there. Duncan and Zozak, Tucker, and Ennisman Cox. We're starting to make some headway now a little bit. Trying to just pick them off one by one.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we expected. We didn't expect him to come blasting through the pack just due to how tough it is to pass, even if you're able to get right up on somebody. So just slowly pick your way through it and be smart with the calculations. And if you know you can do it, push it in and let it stick.
Oh, absolutely. Like he's making that high lane work. That's just kind of what you got to wait for. You know, everybody kind of get a little spread out. I know you got to get everything you can on those starts. But it's, you know, it's usually, word we use is treacherous, I guess. On those starts, you don't want to get yourself in trouble. 9 times out of 10, but now when he's got these guys single file, yeah, you might be able to pick them off one by one, but you can just still see his track, and it takes several laps to get it done. That's right here. I mean, yeah, he's got way better tires than Boyles. Still going to see it's going to take him probably about a lap or so before he get around him.
Yeah, and Boyle's running the high side. He's going to always have that momentum on his side. Core's really going to have to ship it down and kind of throttle up to get in front of the 23 and put some dirty air on them to disrupt the car.
Core's going to make that pass ultimately. Oh, right in the wall of it. Right there, man, with Chavez, Gardner. Duncan Kibbe right now. Kibbe along with Duncan. A little 3 wide right here.
A little bit of 3 wide. Honestly, I don't know. This might be a hot take. I prefer 2 wide to 3 wide.
Yeah, well,
I think 2 wide's a lot more exciting than 3 wide is. 3 wide, it's got the wow factor of you're able to sit 3 cars side by side. But 2 wide racing, especially say somewhere like Daytona or Talladega, or not even at Daytona or Talladega, maybe even just a intermediate where a lot of cars are fastened on top of each other, just kind of pushing the line they want around. I think that's a lot better than if you're 3 wide.
a lot of the guys back here, man, you see them 2 and 3. You know, they're the ones with those new tires. Well, Giddings went right there with them. Tucker still trying to find his way to the front. Giddings went right there too. He's one of the ones who didn't pit. He's still in the mix there a little bit. Gibby there. Hello, Vincent out front. Core's been able to finally catch up to him. Took about 10 laps.
Yeah, and then right here, just a bunch of cars on top of each other. Ooh, careful there. Save it, 45.
Now, little Kibby got a little loose there a little bit and had to check up.
I don't know if he got loose and then had to check up before he checked up and then got loose because his rear tires weren't quite on the ground.
Go Zach Stevens. 2x2. Holloman there too. Pretty good racing. You know, you got pit stops here now.
Yeah, 20 laps through with the run, so pretty decent green flag stint at least. I wouldn't quite expect people to pit. I'm not quite sure how much they can go with on fuel. As Core there, he's finally back up front and front. He's finally back up to the lead in front of Vincent.
Finally got it up there. Took him a little bit to get there. Shane Clore takes the lead back. Good run by him. The battle here with Duncan, Sanchez, Boyles. Boyles has got to be the one to see. You know, he didn't pit though. Up here, moving through the field a little bit earlier on. Up the fourth right now. Sanchez right there along with him. Battling for position of fourth and fifth.
And I want to say Boyles is one of the guys we talked about coming up through the field. He started way in the back. That caution helped him out since he did not pit. And now I'd say the tires have kind of stabilized here. Everybody's running around the same lap times. You don't see the guys on the new tires come flying up through the field.
No, you know, you talk about time-wise, you right there you see Clore. A lot of the guys with those newer tires that did pit and put forward tires are running about 40s and around about 70 marks. A lot of the guys who didn't are running 41.0, so about a tenth and a half, 2 tenths is what I'm seeing now. But we are, what, 15 laps into what they pitted at lap
16.
Actually,
we're about over 20.
yeah, so that makes sense. You know, you're going to have around about 20 to 25 laps, newer tires, for them to make up. So it's taking them that long to get back to the front, and that's why I go off of any late caution. 20, 30 laps to go. Track position is probably going to be very crucial at that point. I want to get Mark back in around 18th.
No, you want to be possibly in that top 10 come after the last round of pit stops, whether it's green flag or under caution. And if that's within 10 laps, I'd say if you're able to make it on gas, gamble it and don't pit, as long as you've just got a decent amount of people behind you.
Right now, Sanchez trying to work over Tucker. Tucker going high a little bit. Gets the wall there ever so slightly. And Sanchez. He was just more of a product of the inside, just not having the grip. They're able to get that run going into the turn through the middle coming off. Oh, Holloman and company up here too. A different paint job Holloman does.
Yeah, and I think that's a tribute to the late Michael Annette as well. Sadly passed away on Friday.
31 right up a little bit there. Duncan falling back. And caught the wall. Then they got 4 wide. Sam Adams up there thought better. He said, you know what, y'all can have that. It'll be a little race right here around about 10th place spot. Sanchez, Duncan.
Rootsmacher's there. You've got
Westwood, Carr.
Yeah, Westwood's there. Alex Carr. Whoa, hold on to it, Dylan.
Got the wall a little bit.
Great save.
Woo. I like the car got tight, tapped the wall there, shade off, and then we talk about the momentum. You lose it, boy, you lose a lot of ground here. Kingsman right now up front. I mean, which is just, there are cars everywhere.
I don't really think you can say this person's truly out front, as there's kind of a hive all around the track, especially right here. You said around 10th place is where we see the main battle. Floor's the only one I'd say is truly out front, though.
Yeah.
Got a nice half a second lead on Chris Vincent in second.
Half-second lead for Vincent hanging on. Strong in the second along with Phillips. Gardner there. Boyles. That's your top five. Then Giddings been right back there, been in the 6th place with Tucker. Up in the 7th. Carr. Holloman. Duncan. Battle here with Holloman, Carr, Duncan and company.
Yeah, Carr right there. He almost was able to stay alongside Tucker. Tucker just had great momentum, and Alex Carr not quite able to side draft him the way he might have wanted. Or not Alex Carr, but Greg Carr, my bad.
Run so far. Good little battle between these guys here with Holloman, Duncan. Gotta get that thing back down the aisle. Vincent and Gardner.
I think Cole Gardner, he's coming into the pits here. He was one of the guys that stayed out during that caution, so we might be starting to see some green flag stops for those that stayed out.
And that will put them around. Oh, it says.
And a couple of caution laps added onto that, so looking maybe 45.
What to see here when Vincent Carr, Boyles, and Giddings, when those guys are coming in.
Here comes Boyles. Now I'm going to be really not excited, but yeah, I guess excited is the right word there. I'm going to be really excited and curious is the better word there. Really curious about where they're going to come back onto track, if they're going to be directly in front of the leaders or if they're going to be kind of towards that 10th place battle that we saw.
Back in 20 right now, Boyles. Boyles coming around. It's there. Close. And then big car, Alex Carr. Still the man. Phillips there behind him with Ginningsman, Holloman, Westwood. Right here with Tucker Stevens and
And I don't think this has anything truly to do with tires. I think this is all just fuel dependent on how much they've ran. So I'd expect these guys that did come down, they're probably good for around another 16 laps, because they pitted, these guys pitting now, they didn't. So of course the fuel mismatch there. And it's kind of break this race up into two different races, I'd want to say.
A little bit. Got Sean Clore out front there with Phillips still leading. Right. Just battling right here around about 4th, 5th place spot. And you can make that pass on that inside. I think you need to make it quick, because we've seen that outside lane coming off the turns, been able to make it move.
Yeah, and up front, I think Phillips, he just got around Core. Core's kind of fallen off, down to 1/4 of a second behind Phillips.
Phillips able to catch him. Take over the lead. Well, Steven's a little further back. He's about 6 seconds back from me.
I was talking about being curious about where those guys that just came down pit road is gonna fall out. Well, Boyles, he's up in 12th, the first car lap down, and he's got a bit of a hefty lead over Greg Carr behind him. Colton Gardner, he's lost some spots there through the pit stop, I'd say.
That Tucker Chesky on pit road, kind of cycling through the one.
And Tucker was one of those that did come into pit, though took 2 tires, so might not have put as much gas as everybody else did. So maybe expected to come earlier.
Here, man, is 7th. Alderman right there, 6. Holloman. Those guys kind of similar follow you back here. The first one lap down. Carr. She's be able to get that back soon. Guys, we can. Try to bring home all the money.
I mean, he seems to be one of the most dominant cars tonight, so I think he's got to be sitting pretty good. He's got a real no threat for that Fast 5 challenge near him right now.
Good. Even. Big mover right there. 27 spot in the 3rd. Westwood. Walker there. Coleman. Alphen. Gotta make the pit stop in the lead here. One thing about green flag stops, lifts the field up a little bit. Look through here, some of these paint jobs.
We've seen 2, 3 pretty good ones so far. Of course, talked about Tucker, that Christmas minion scheme. very nice scheme tonight. We talked about Holloman, his tribute to Michael Annette. And then, of course, we're talking about Sanchez in the 48 and all his Marlboro schemes that we've been looking at throughout, or not Sanchez, but Medina, rather. My bad. Talking about all of his Marlboro schemes that we've seen throughout the season so far.
Yeah, I really like those.
Can you zoom in on Duncan by chance? I just want to confirm, trying to guess what flavor monster that is.
Oh, shit.
I want to say that's the Mango Loco monster, just based off the color scheme.
Okay. Who's got this? Sherlock. Dina. Talking about it, he's went through all the Marlboro packs, right? They say he's got the green, the gold, and he's got the red. He just needs the black and last one.
We talked about Holloman, his Annette tribute.
I'm talking about like what's the last Marlboro?
Oh, the last one, I think it was the green menthols.
No, he did that one. That one. He did the green. He did the
Oh,
green,
what's left to go?
gold,
It's the black
red.
and then I think silver.
Okay. All right. There you go, Medina. If you hear us, you got to go with the black and the silver next. Then you got to change brands. I guess. We're going with next. He'll come out with Durrell. Yeah, that's it. He's going to get all the cigarette packs. Nice looking one. Blue one. Cars out. Hyatt. Jones, unfortunately.
Yeah, and those two, they were involved with that wreck that we saw that brought out the only caution.
How about the front runners up there? Nick Terra, finally coming off that road. Phillips there. He pitted on lap 16. It right now. Laps.
Almost 50 laps, and he's just pulled away. I think Floor's car, maybe not exactly the happiest, or he's just taking it easy, trying to see what he might need later on in the race.
Phillips definitely got a good long run machine right now. Honda right there, missing in third. That's good. Offen's on pit road.
Well, leader pit stops, so now it's truly time to see. You've got the guys that came in earlier. Of course, they've been on fresher tires than what the leaders are running on right now. So, and by a pretty large gap, I'd say as well, 33 or so laps. So we can kind of see if that short pit, as many would like to call it, pays off. But you also had them battling in and out between themselves.
Pit road 2 there, so 2 cars yet to pit. I think they're looking at, I mean, these guys are looking at maybe just one more pit stop.
These guys, well, I say these guys as though not all of them made the pit stop relatively recently, but the couple that we saw go in on lap 16 that took 4 tires and packed their car full of fuel, they definitely can make it on one more stop, I feel. Everybody else might just struggle a bit. They pitted around lap 55 or before. That's That's over 90 to go. They might have to fuel save just a teeny bit if they want to make it on one more stop.
Close. I mean, 50 laps he was able to make it. So you look at a guy like Kingsman who pitted on lap 50. It's going to be close if he wants to pit it. That's pit around lap 100, 101 to make it one stop. And then he's going to have to hope that there's checking that. Obviously, though, a caution at that time, I think we could help him out. And even with that said, we've seen if he gets up front, gets far enough up front, the old tires really won't hurt him. Guys may be able to stay out front for Auto Club. Now you got Vincent. Now he pitted at lap 49. He's definitely going to close for him. Boyle's
See,
also,
lap 49, 102 laps to go to about 51 laps on each run. That's going to be a lot of fuel saving.
they really don't have that big of a lead over Phillips. Hit it at that lap 66 mark. They only got about a 2-second lead over Phillips. And Phillips, I think, has got a newer set of tires to where he could be able to come through it.
Yeah, he's already passed Boyles. All he's really got is Vincent in front of him now, and probably going to go hunt him down real quickly. Just dives off to the bottom right there through 3 and 4. Car sticks beautifully to where he can power up on exit.
Like Gardner back here, and he was talking about out there. Just said the boy in the 40. It's looking good. It's up to 6 right now.
Yeah, running even with where he started. He's had a pretty good race all night. Never really outside the top 10, except for when, of course, he had to come down during green flag pit stops. Solid run by Gardner, who is, I think, your second highest of the Fast 5 currently as it sits. Or no, third highest.
Oh.
No, not even third highest. He was a reserve driver.
A reserve, yeah.
He was the reserve.
The car would be your highest, and then you would have to go back here to Thor and Tucker. Phillips is running down. Phillips is running down old Vincent up here. Massively faster. He's almost quite a half, well, about a half a second. Now he definitely should be able to make short, quick work here, man.
Oh, 7/10 right there. That last lap around gets to Vincent. He's probably going to sit. He's going to be right here on the quarter panel or rear off a 2. Tucked up nicely behind him. He's going to dive it down to the inside into 3 and probably make this pass here off of 4.
Oh. Surprising though, even with 7/10, he'll be able to make that pass. This will show you how much it takes just to pass here. Clean. Tough one. Good though, the good car there holding on. The Boyles, man, trying to chew his back door.
And then Boyles can't exactly sit pretty either. He's got Gettingsman right on his rear.
Partner there.
We're not seeing those giant packs that we saw early on in the run. But they did, but still here, see some great racing. Gettingsman lovely slide up in front of Boyles off of 4 there to take that spot.
Yeah. Now it's time to see where you've got your setup. Got to get a long run. You got how do you got your setup? Because you're going to need your setup to work for you right now. Because green flag stops do basically spread the field up. You're going to see like little passes right here. Pick them off one by one.
And right now, Boyles is being picked off as Gardner. They're a little squirrely on exit. Whoa, hold on. Here comes Tucker splitting them through wide. Clore's going to hopefully follow through.
A little bit. Boyles there, but Clore's able to get up there with Tucker. Kind of how you're going to see passes now. It's not so much like chaotic what it was on the start. And now a guy just makes a slip, and then next thing you know, and we're talking, that's what goes back to that momentum. Guy makes that slip, and the guy behind him able to sit there and capitalize and pounce on him.
I was about to say right before that happened how Boyles was kind of being picked off one by one and kind of a train. He was falling back. And then Gardner there, he took his move, got a little squirrely, and just let two guys slip right between them. And now Gardner, he's falling back off the 23. And it's not something egregious, but just a lot of momentum lost to where these two might even fall back to the group that sat behind them. It's still a while behind. Duncan sitting about 2 seconds off of Gardner. But if that happens again, I'd expect the 31 to be right up on him.
2 seconds out. 5 with Duncan. A little bit faster than 79 to this one can cross the line. Actually, this time out, so it was only about a 10th faster. There's that little slip. Actually, it cost him a little bit. And he got it back. 81 to 8. So 78. Kovacheski right there behind him. Yeah, look, first on back, everybody's running the full. Most everybody's right there. Only like, what, a tenth and a half, maybe 2/10 separate that whole pack.
Yeah, and it's just kind of the tires over time. The tires over time, they'll slowly wear out to where they're at the same level of speed and grip factor. Just all these guys, they're going to start slowly running the same laps and not as much aggression, I think, all kind of on rails.
Pass right there. That's over Jordan. Play spot. Bruce Marker back here. He's got a battle going on here with Stevens. Guys made the pit stops around, like I say, lap 62, 64. Bozak's right there with them. 3 wide. Whew. Hang on to it.
And they fully did. Zozak, he backs out all the way up against the wall.
Hey, he thought better.
Whoa! 78.
That was nice. Stevens. Good save.
Yeah, very good save. He kind of sent it there. Zozak, I just said, it backed out, and Grutzmacher didn't fully back out, but just a slow flip on the throttle and right there. 78 of Stevens. He kind of sent it in.
I'll wake you up. Right. Here for Arctera. Dina. All right. All Phillips out front though, leading. Gonna pull that lead out. Vincent. Right there behind him. Was actually caught away.
tight there on exit. Almost a door bang, but friendly competition. Give each other plenty of room. Good side draft by the 72 of Clore on Vincent. He's going to send it down into one. Looks like he should be clear. Slide up off of exit. He'll have the pass done.
Yeah, made that pass look good. Clore right there with Vincent. Over him to get the Sackett car. A little further on back here. Too far back. You can't get something up here going.
I don't think it's going to happen off of 4. You saw a little bit of a wiggle there.
Even in the Tucker. Cars right now battling. It's about 4. Tucker back here. Got the Ginnings behind him. Car. Got it.
Yeah, solid move by Carr to get up in the third, but half a second behind Clore, and then Clore, he's got 2 3/4 of a second all the way to Phillips up in first. Though Clore, I wouldn't say able to sit easy right now. They're not quite on the same pit cycle. They're on the same strategy, almost as maybe, I guess you could call it, there's only about a 15 lap difference between when they pitted. So Greg Carr's got to come down before Shane Clore does to get his new set of tires and some gas. But still another Fast 5 driver right behind him.
Yeah, you see, we talked about Carr earlier. He pitted at that lap 50. Is he going to be able to make it, stretch this thing out to, lap 100, where he needs to, if he's planning on to make it a one stop? Because we know Phillips and Clore, although can make.
Yeah, everybody that came down lap 16 under the caution, they can definitely make it on the one more stop. Everybody else, though, they need to drive hard so that they can not lose a ton of time to those that took that early chance at a pit stop. But they can't drive so hard to where they're burning fuel and not saving it. It's got to be a very fine, delicate balance they've got to find.
Vincent might be the one that's kind of a wild card situation. If I'm him, I mean, pit at lap 49, he's really going to stretch.
You say he's really got to stretch that thing. I want to shift your mind. Colton Gardner, he went on lap 48. Chad Kibbe, he was one of the first ones, I think the first one we saw. He came down on 46. So some people a little bit more stressed than others. Or even before Kibbe flew all the way down 26, he came in on 42. So I don't think there's a chance for him to save that much. If you're looking at 100 laps, the split between two, a little easy.
Okay.
Well, that answers that question.
Well, and it's kind of interesting because if he pits now and puts new tires on, let's say he puts 4 tires on, let's watch the pit stop, and then comes back down when some of those other guys who are able, like Phillips and all, and does not put tires on, might be able to get the track position there. We'll have to see. That it might pay off for him. I don't know. Interesting.
I think that might be I see what you're going at. It's going to put him even on fuel with those guys. But I think that might be a bit too risky.
Yeah, it's all going to be depending on when that track position's going to be at. And that's why I'm kind of like, I mean, I'm unsure on what you do in this situation. I mean, it's the right situation that he's doing right here. Pit early, definitely, because if he'd have pitted at lap, let's say 100 or 1, he's well off the pace different point. So I think this is right, but where he goes from here, even like Boyle done it that time. Now, go West. Say something we haven't really said a lot this season. The race has a feeling of going caution free. So that's where these pit stops are going to be very crucial at. Normally these guys are thinking, well, there's going to be another caution. So I don't know if they, obviously caution would help out guys like Boyles and what we just saw there with the pit stop. The other one.
Gardner.
But they can't rely on that. I don't think they can rely on that tonight.
You said this looks like it might go caution.
And as a jinx,
You said this thing might go by caution free, and I'm like, that you might have just cursed them all.
Well, yeah, and true, but I mean, as far as the feel of what it is, and that's Auto Club in general. Auto Club, to me, has always been a track position, momentum style track. There usually is not, even in real life, there's not a lot of caution here. That and Las Vegas on one hand in hand. But usually you see a lot of fuel mileages races done here at Auto Club. And even in real NASCAR, they come down to a lot of fuel mileage style races. So, you know, with that said, obviously a caution would benefit guys like so forth, but would not benefit guys, I think, like Phillips and Floor, who are sitting very pretty on the long green flag. That's up their game plan too.
It probably would. I don't think they'd be extremely happy about it because they kind of had the perfect scenario. Only got to pit once, and you're golden. So if there's a caution that comes out, well, now they're outside of that pit once window. The whole field is grouped up, and everybody's probably going to equal out and all come down to take tires, I might think.
And even Phillips and them, they're good even if a green-white checker was to come out by pitting on lap 60, 65. They're still good if they make their pit stop here on the green flag run to take this thing all the way to the end. But somebody, let's say like Carr and Vincent, even if they choose to, and it looks like they are, to take this pit stop to their max, which we've seen around about 50 laps, maybe 51 or so, which would put them around 100, 101, 102, they still are, they're iffy.
Yeah, and we've seen that green-white checkers, even with the green flag run, we've had, I think, a couple races where we've had decent-sized green flag runs and then a green-white checkered happens at the end. That might come into play. Now, I'm all for one race going green. I love I love the long green flag laps. You see how cars react differently to them. You see more of a strategy that way. But I will say a green-white checkered, as shitty, sorry for my language, as bad as it may be for some people's race strategies, tends to give a really thrilling finish.
It does, and through here, we've not really seen. It's a different mentality, especially with the seasons being. It would be refreshing for these guys to see it ended under green like that. Go, more of a pit strategy style race, which is basically what this would be. If it does go green all the way, these guys are going to have to now, and I think normally, and I say this, kind of unknowingly, but these guys have seen, unfortunately, we've had some races with a lot of cautions, but yet tonight, we flip the script and we're out here running really long green flag runs. Things got possibility to go green. I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't set up mentally. I was prepared for maybe those starts and stuff. Throw them off their game a little bit as far as what the pit strategies is here. But that's Auto Club for you. That's just this kind of track. I feel like even in the past, man, Wes, even with how the races have went in the past, for the season, you still have to come into this race saying it's Auto Club. It's going to go long green flag runs. Usually 8 out of 10 times it's a fuel mileage race. I should have prepared that way. And not saying that probably the guys didn't, but I know it's a little different for them.
Yeah, a little different, I think, is
At least for the admins,
wait a
anyways.
sec.
They're probably going,
The way to describe it, I think they're kind of have. Now, you know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence. I'm going to jinx them, and I'm going to have some very angry admins at me. I'm going to keep that one to myself.
They're right. They're like, look, man, look, Wes, be quiet right now. We're having a good nap up here, okay? All right, chill out. Oh, Vincent now on pit road. He's one of those first ones, and he came in a little bit early. He pitted at that lap with 9 mark, I believe it was. Coming in here at 96, and that's going to give me a good inclination here. Car pitting at lap 50. He's probably going to be able to only stretch this thing to maybe lap 100 or so. Innings back there at 51. Tucker and him was probably another two with Komacheski right here. We saw them battle. They pitted at 54. Yes, I think they should be okay. But I don't know what they do in order to leapfrog Phillips and them. They got to get far enough out in front of Phillips. From what I'm seeing right now, to me it's whoever on this last pit stop is the furthest out front. I mean, there's not a lot of gap, but only got 3.4 seconds between Phillips and 4.75 between Carr. The biggest gap right here is between, we talked about it, Tucker and Carr, which is 5 seconds, and 10 seconds with leader. Tucker could get an 8-second lead over Phillips. He might be able to hold him off long enough. Because we just saw that last time there. He ran which really kind of not the best one to look because he was battling Kennington, but we'll see what he does when he crosses the line this time. But the last time was a 75 to 26. We'll see when they cross this line here to give us a better indication of maybe just the difference in speed is. Wait a minute, Phillips got passed.
He lost the lead.
Floor, yeah. So wow.
Maybe a moment on corner exit there, but you were just talking about those times. So it's a 40.9 to a 41.2 essentially. Phillips to Tucker.
See here, there's Phillips out front quite a bit. Bobbled, hit the wall. That lap car right there, maybe the lap. Oh yeah, he lost it. Almost lost it.
And then still kind of squirrely there as he saved it.
Yeah, so we were just talking about him. Cooler coming and just hit that pass on it. Just talking about, him and Clore. The longest on tires, but that right there doing that on tires is going to kind of like hurt you just a little bit.
Just a little. And as we're speaking right now, we see Greg Carr. He's finally into pit lane. He ran 51 laps on that most recent stint of his, so he might just be good to the end. We might have under. Ooh, slow her down, slow her down. Really aggressive on the pit road.
A little early for Tucker. 4. I don't know, it's kind of interesting, man, to sit here and talk about pit strategies, but again, this is kind of what it's turning out to be. Holloman's the next one here. Now, I'll tell you what, Holloman pitted at 59. Right now, close to that 50 lap mark. He could probably go one more stop and evens on pit road.
It'd be safe to call it right now. If you no matter what, from this point onward, if you come into pit, I think you're good to make it as long as it all stays green.
I'm with you. On that one. I just don't think you're going to see Floor and Phillips come in until they make sure. Obviously, Gruesmacher in that mix too, right there. He's blinking a little bit. You don't want to see that. There's the needle there. Just third. A little bit of lap traffic. That car up underneath him there. Holloman right back there in the back too. Right now, as far as Fast 5 goes, Kane Floor's the man. Supposed to win the race and the money.
I mean, yeah, sure, winning the Fast 5 challenge, that means great. That's a little bit of extra money in your pocket. Good
but work, good work.
Winning the whole race outright, that's even better.
Absolutely. Well, we're talking about pit strategies here, folks. I know you've been tuned in. You're going, man, about cautions. Man, I don't want to say it's bad, but yeah. I mean, this is basically Auto Club, and Auto Club brings that out track position really matters. Fuel mileage and pit strategies is what a lot of times. So. But it's been a good, solid race here tonight, and Shane Clore has been the man out front. Yet to make his pit stop here for the Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series Auto Club here tonight. Folks, tell you what, we'll step away, take a quick commercial break, be back. We've got some pit stops coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Team Red, White, and Blue. Thank you so much for joining our team. My name is Mike Irwin, and I have the honor to serve as the Executive Director. When I founded Team RWB in 2010, our initial focus centered on veteran transition and reintegration into civilian life. But as the large-scale deployments have slowed down, the military's ability to support reintegration has improved, hundreds of thousands of veterans have used their GI Bill, and companies have prioritized hiring veterans, the overall mental, physical, and emotional health of the veteran community still has a long way to go. And Team RWB has a major leadership role to play. And that means that we need you. We need you to close out this video and to know that you didn't just join a listserv or download an app. You joined a team composed of real people, over 200,000 strong, who are veterans on active duty in the National Guard or reserves or civilian supporters. And these people, who we refer to as the Eagles, want you to get involved in Team RWB. Why is it so important for you to become an active member of the team? Because when you do, we know that it will improve your mental and physical health, help you to develop new and meaningful relationships in your life, and provide you with a sense of purpose that comes from belonging to something bigger than yourself. Over the past decade, veterans struggling with the invisible wounds of war and post-military life have told us how important physical fitness has been to them. Running has helped veterans battle nightmares. Triathlons have helped with headaches, and CrossFit has enabled them to sleep better. These fitness activities, along with others, have made them more confident and healthy people. Unfortunately, millions of veterans have forgotten about the power of physical training in their lives. So as you get involved and see the power of Team RWB in your own life, I hope that you feel inspired to reach out to other veterans and encourage them to follow in your footsteps. In closing, I want to again thank you for stepping forward and joining Team Red, White, and Blue. We're fired up to have you on the team, and I know that you're going to be flying the Eagle with pride for a long time.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words: passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, it makes everything a lot better.
All right, we're back here, and like a lot of the pit stops are technically closed, completed here. Run down. It's actually kind of flipped it around here. Phillips back out front with Clore, and this is kind of the norm with green flag pit stops. Kind of splits them up. 2-second difference. Clore and Phillips there, along with Carr out front there, third, and he's been hanging on to the third place spot. So. I mean, if Phillips keeps running the way he is, it'll be tough for Clore, man, to run him down. Fast time. 39.93 to 4. Over almost 2/10 faster.
Yeah, and that just tells you mad that car. And then right there again, about 1.5 tenths of 42.9 to a 44.5 or 44. So similar in speed, but I think Phillips just slightly has an edge. They both came down on the same lap, so it's not, there's that small tire offset.
Absolutely.
But Phillips and Clore out front, they've been kind of the class of the field car. He's shown some flashes, some moments. He can get racy up there. Of course, we know Tucker, he can. Gettingsman, always say watch out for that dark horse. He'll come slowly up through the field and be there at the end. Kolmachevsky, Tucker, both some of our Fast 5 drivers. Just everybody kind of in their own race. We've got a decent battle right there for 5th, it looks like it could be. Tucker, Kolmachevsky, Vincent, and Duncan all with each other.
Two of the team, well, you got Team Watson, Racecraft there, two guys going at each other. Got Tucker on that outside, Kolmachevsky peeked on that inside. I'm curious on who painted the car for Tucker.
I don't know on that one.
Oh! As we're talking about him, he got in the wall.
He could sense it.
Well, there he gets a little bump in the back by Kolmachevsky says, look, get going.
Hey, stop paying attention to them up in the booth, run your race.
That's it. You know you got a great paint job, and get going. Inside, Kolmachevsky does. I'm going to try to see if he can take that spot away. Vincent's got a good front row seat to this battle up there. Tucker, Chesky. Like, y'all two get up here and start hard with each other. I'm going to come up here and just take it from both of you.
And that's kind of something you can see. You start racing somebody, you're going to get snuck up on.
Right now going to the front stretch here. Off the throttle. Don't really use a lot of brake here, but you might tap it a little bit. And he's smooth. Vincent looks good right now in the car.
Major coast right there. Caution's out. That's why.
Phillips on pit road for some reason.
I think that might be where the caution came from.
Ride with Phillips here because I don't see other indication of it. One of those little classics going. I shuffled my hand over here then, but Phillips on pit road. And he was out front too. Yep. Hang on to it.
Get you out of the wall.
Wow. Talk about, man, having the best machine out here and then all of a sudden looping it.
And he was on the rails that whole time.
You know, and I got to take it here too. Maybe, just maybe here. Now, this actually helps out guys like Vince and Wills and all. Off of fuel and whatnot. Just maybe these guys are out here thinking, let me loosen the car up just a little bit. Been running really good. Yeah, but fuel behind them, come on pit road. Wow.
All kind of split with 30 laps ago. As for loosening the car, I wouldn't want to touch it.
Well, I wouldn't have either. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have either, but maybe they got a little complacent thinking, well, this car's running very well. Maybe I can get a little bit more out of it and kind of loosen it. That's kind of what I'm looking at that might happen to Phillips there because that car all of a sudden started getting loose. And then he got loose right there, even with newer tires. That's the only thing I can think of, man, Wes, is maybe he changed that setup a little bit. But I'm with you. I'd have left it alone.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And all these cars have been running perfectly, so I would not have expected them or expect them now to change how that car is set up because they've just been running beautifully all race long.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he was about to run. He was maintained. This will be interesting here because you did have some guys take 4 tires. Getting was the first one. Jorgensen, obviously pitting at that lap 20 and 19. Did not take fuel. Unfortunately, Phillips is going to have to probably go to the rear of the field because he brought that caution out, so that's going to really hurt him there. This is where I was talking about before. What are we going to see as track position here? Because we're getting to that 25 lap to go mark. Can a guy like Cole Macheski, Genningsman and company make up this 4 and 5 spots here and get up to Clore? And I think they're going to have to make up as much as they can on this restart. They got to be aggressive.
They're going to have to be aggressive, and typically when we see that aggression come forward, that's when we're starting to see a lot of the wrecks. Now, I'm not going to say I wouldn't. I was just about to get there.
Oh.
I wouldn't say I'm not going to say I would not mind them being aggressive and go racing hard.
No, and I wouldn't.
But just be wary to where you're not bringing out a caution every lap.
Yeah. And you know, it's not over with for Clore, you know, Bruce Mocker, man, Holloman and those up there. Those guys, you know, we've seen. This is just Auto Club here. Still very tough place to pass. I mean, Genningsman is going to have to contest with Cole Macheski, Carr, and all those guys back there. They want to race them hard. It's a matter of how well they get off on the start here. How well does Clore get out front, and how far does he get out front if he can get some distance between them? Because 25 laps, you know, you're battling a lot. They can run out real quick. Here we go, lights off on the pace truck. Interesting.
David Salter says, "Let's go, Team Watson." Well,
yeah,
that's something we should ask here. Within the final 30, who's everybody rooting for?
Now, pace car, trucks in. Here we go. Got Clore up front, green flag, and that's exactly what Clore needed to do right there, is get out front the best he can. And you see Genningsman not getting the run he wants, and that's what he wants to see. Maybe him getting checked up back there a little bit and having a hard time getting around these guys.
And then look at that fan out. Cars all the way to the wall, some wrapping the white line. Oh, Duncan's going to be in a little bit of a hole there, but should end up just fine. Now,
in the best spot.
Grutzmacher shoots to the inside of Holloman going into 3. He's going to take it right down to the apron, but not able to stick it as nicely as he might have wanted.
Yeah, this is where Genningsman's got to be a little patient. He knows Tucker's right there with him, too. This is where these guys have got to be like, okay. Guys in front of him got those new tires. This is what Clore wants to see. Hey, come up a little bit. Let me get far out front.
And Genningsman, he's going to shoot the middle right there. Grutzmacher inside, Holloman on his outside. He's going to tighten on exit just a little bit. Everybody keeps it off each other. He's going to clear Grutzmacher. He's going to fall behind the 79 of Genningsman. Now just side by side with Holloman.
And here comes Genningsman. I think that's exactly what he needed to get around these guys right now. And you see, man, unfortunately, Tucker, he's coming around these guys, falling off the pace of it. Up top. Is that Duncan? Duncan, man, falling back just a little bit. Look out behind him. Whoa, hang on to it there. Oh, car around.
Oh, not quite able to hang on. Hawkins out.
That's Duncan. What happened? Let's see what. Duncan was right there.
Like Boyles kind of checks everybody up.
Oh, he just got hit.
Yeah, Vincent, he had a great run, just came through on the apron and not clear. Oh, Phillips involved with that as well. There's Jorgensen, I think Gardner maybe a little bit too.
Oh. Definitely meant it was Vincent and Duncan. Phillips got involved with that one. After Phillips.
I think that, well, after the fact. I think that's just his car didn't want to operate after he kind of got pinched up into the wall.
I'm gonna watch the caution there and see what happens. Contact with the wall, like you're saying. What's it happening? Oh, yep, he got hit in the front. Wow. See the steering, man, all messed up. Yeah, not moving. Bring him up. All right. So, back green.
We just said it. Cautions breed cautions, and late race cautions bring out aggression. So it's get some popcorn. It's definitely going to be a little bit of entertainment for the last several laps.
Genningsman is the man that's in the right spot.
Oh, let's go Tucker. I saw let's go Core. Now we got let's go Holloman. All guys that are up there right now. Gettingsman, I think you are correct. Probably in the right spot. The furthest up front with fresh tires. And it's not as though he's maybe... I don't want to say it's that how am I going to word this? He's not stuck behind the front row. He's going to be on the front row, which is going to definitely help, but he's got to make sure he goes with Clore whenever he gets his jump.
And the good news is Holloman's sitting on there a lot with older tires, so I think Genningsman might be able to make quick work there of Holloman. And then, he was coming on Clore for that caution. So I think if it stays green, might kind of flip the script a little bit. I think where these cautions are definitely helping Clore. I think if it stays a long green flag, though, I mean, Genningsman's sitting there in catbird. All right, here we go. Line them up 2 by 2. Happens here on this start. Or have enough to hold them off, or does Genningsman have the right set of tires here tonight, or somebody else going to come up here, man, and shoot the gap and win this thing here? Lights off on the pace truck. Duck off on the pit road. Shoots off the track here. Sim Racing League here tonight. Master Series here. Auto Club.
Green flag, green flag.
Good jump.
Gettingsman not falling too far behind. He's not right on the quarter panel, which is where he'd kind of like to be side by side with Holloman for second. And Grootsmacher's going to clear himself out of the 3-wide situation he had with Tucker and Carr on his outside. Gettingsman clear through to second now.
Well, what a bounce back here, man, for Genningsman. He's had the last couple races not been the best for him. All right, boy, I mean, whether he finishes second or wins this thing, definitely a bounce back night.
Bounce back, and you love to see it as, whoa, Holloman up in the wall there. Loose on quarter exit and Chaser all the way up.
Oh, man, Boyles and the company right there behind him. Battle for the lead. Battle for these guys back here. Here comes Genningsman. He's looking at outside their core. That run he gets on it.
And Clory's got to stay right there on the quarter panel, then send it deep into 3. Though Genningsman's going to give him a little bit of squeeze. Don't give much room to him on exit. Ooh, Genningsman in the wall, though.
In that wall tag all night long. Battling for the lead right there. Right behind him. On him to scoot up here and get this along with Tucker. That's just something that they don't want to see. They don't want them guys getting up here getting in the mix.
No, and that's all battling's going to do, just slowly bring other cars in. Genningsman, though, looks like probably fully clear now. Clore's going to hopefully just be somebody that backs them all up for him.
Those tires and pulling the car along, hard to wall. Tucker along there might be able to capitalize and take that spot from him. Got a big battle going on back here with Boyles, Bruce Mocker, Holloman and company. Good side-by-side racing. Racing all the way through this field right now.
Good racing all the way through, and some nice little wall taps on corner exit.
That tells you, man, the car might be a little tight here.
So maybe just loosen them up might have been the way to go, I guess.
There. Try to see if we can't work over the floor. Coming at top. That's a battle. Actually, the top 3. Carr, Clore, and Tucker all for that fast 5. So now Greg Carr, the man who's the money spot. See if he keeps doing that.
No, and even then they've got the fourth car of Cole Macheski. He's only got 3 cars in between him and then this small group of 3. On these 3 battling here might allow Genningsman, hey, let him run away with the lead. But then they also got to be careful about battling so much that they get a 4th car in the mix for that Fast 5 challenge.
You see, man, that run off the turn there. A little bobbled a little bit coming out of the turn. Allow Carr to just walk away, and Tucker now's got that preferred line on the outside. And then they put preferred line into the wall. Battle behind him. Honker, Omacheski, Holloman, Boyles.
Not just that, but you also got now the 70.
Whoa!
The 78.
Boyles.
Stevens, he was there. Ooh, yeah, Boyles.
Yeah. Wicked loose.
Wicked loose and lost all momentum. He's just going to drop until everybody's kind of off the gas.
This battle here around about the 7th spot. Conker, Macheski, and Holloman. Dozak right there behind him. We'll go side by side for 10th, and just the thing in there.
That was Michaels. Ooh, really tight squeeze on exit.
That thing's skinny.
Very, very skinny there. 78 Stevens had nowhere to go but directly into the back of the 67.
Sanchez there. One machine there, Carr. Got out front though, man. It's all Genningsman right there. You see Carr, he's close. It's about 3/10 behind him. Floor there, sitting in 3rd. Tucker hanging on to the 4th place spot.
Yeah, and they're I was about to say they're no longer right on top of each other, so not going to bring as much competition towards them from behind.
A little breathing room here from Drew Smocker and Cole Macheski and Holloman. All those guys are kind of 3 wide. Zozak here a little bit, nose to tail. About everybody's nose to tail through the whole field here. And everybody's kind of single file right now. Henningsman last run, he ran a 34 to 37 to 32. Boy, those top 3 not dead easy.
Even then, Tucker, he's not far off. He's at a 39, and honestly, everybody's about that. Even the whole top 6 about same times. Zozak there, 7th place to 37. He's the only one that's kind of off.
Hard on the wall. Ooh. I can see what happened here to Holloman.
Ooh, just lost her on exit. Ooh, really tight there in front of the other cars. Thankfully, no one else collected.
Good thing to bounce and
huge hit.
On pit road too. Got a battle for the lead. R for Genningsman. Okay.
R, he was right. I don't think Ginsman's going to give it up easy here, but Cars just sends it down in the corner. He's clear immediately. Ginsman looking to have a switchback, though. He's going to have a great run off of 2. Tucked up right behind the 36. Move out at the last moment. No, he's going to back off.
Back door right now. I'm gonna bring up Tucker then though, man, and make this thing go from a 2-car battle to a 3-car battle. He's shifting, by the way. Oh. Interesting.
I wouldn't have thought you would do that.
Means he's running a way different gear in the rear of that thing. If they can.
I think that's something that has to stay same through all the cars.
Right. They changed transmission gears. That has to stay same also. Just don't understand why he would.
Just personal preference, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, you got Tucker right here.
Tucker's also shifting. And I know one thing with these cars is that if they really bog down and have low RPMs, that's when they like to spin. So it might just be them trying to keep the RPMs a little bit higher in a lower gear so that they don't go spinning around.
Or not shifting. Okay. Interesting strategies.
Well, Joe, interesting gear strategies. Best way to say it. As
Doesn't look
Salter
like
there.
either one of them has an advantage either over it.
No, it doesn't. It supposedly gives better rotation as whoa,
That's
square
a
out
rotation.
exit there from Ginningsman.
It will definitely will loosen you up though in that higher gear. Yeah, and that's kind of what the census we're looking at is better rotation in the turns. But as opposed to that, then you see Carr not doing it, and he's able to stay out front. Now, whether or not by being out front he has that clean air that's helping him, I don't know how well, we'd have to see what Carr does if he actually gets behind Giddings. But I'm not seeing an advantage between either strategy.
I don't either. Lower gears, of course, give better rotation generally, and then also can kind of have a bit more acceleration on corner exit. But we saw it, Greg Carr, he's not shifting. He seems to be just as good, if not maybe even better on corner exit than Ginningsman is behind him, who is shifting.
You can see it right there. I mean, he's going in. Through the whole entire turn, stays in fifth, comes off of the turn.
And I would have said that it's just because Carr is also running a little bit higher up to where it can be in the throttle a bit more.
Yeah.
But we saw with Tucker, he was almost right on the wall and he was still shifting.
I mean, because you see right there, it is interesting that you would see, like, when he does shift into fourth, the RPMs he's able to stay, around about 5,000 as opposed to right here. He's way down in the 2s and 3s. You'd think Ginningsman would be able to climb on the back end there far, but it's not benefiting him.
No, it's not. And really not. And as we're sitting here talking, the laps have kind of counted down.
Carr's looking to get that fast five and a win tonight. Out front, Ginningsman there. Tucker was able to move up there to third place though. Floor back to fourth. He's trying to hang on to it. Bruce Mocker there hanging on in the fifth. Komacheski, but yeah, good runs here tonight by these guys. We only had 3 cautions?
Yeah, we had that one early in around lap 16 that involved JP Jones, and then also the 2 car of Joshua Hyatt. And then nice long, nearly 100 lap green flag run in the middle. Then 2 quick cautions. Now we've been green about maybe 20 or so laps.
Watching here, man. Car out front leading it. 2 to go. Final lap. Here we go. One more time for this man, Greg Carr. Can he win it? Fast 5 here tonight, too.
And we got 0.6 of a second over Ginningsman. I'd maybe put it in cruise control at that point. Now, big battle right now. 3 cars all on top of each other. Tucker, Komacheski, and Clore.
Yeah, Tucker's not safe right now. We'll watch this. Real quick, we'll watch here coming out of turn 4. Watch Carr. He's going to win this thing here. Going to go back here real quick here to Tucker. We've got the battle out of 4. Komacheski's there. It's a drag race to the line. Oh, and Komacheski skinned him out. Wow. Oh, man, what a run for third.
Get him banging to the line. Now, Tucker wasn't going to dump him.
No.
But he was not going to let Komacheski get it easily.
That was a good one right there. Him banging to the line, like you said. But Greg Carr, Fast 5 winner tonight. Winner of the race here, too. Run from him, man. I'm going to tell you, what excellent run for all.
Now remember, he also spun and went all the way to the back at one point. So a great crawl back through the field to get the win.
The other guys up here, Ginningsman, let's get away.
Hey, Chad Ginningsman, it's Wesley and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Well, amazing race. We always talk about you being a kind of dark horse that slowly brings his way up through the field to be there at the end. And it seemed to be kind of the same tonight. Last couple races were a bit rough, but hey, you're sitting second as you cross the line.
Yeah, it was a good race. Definitely didn't have a whole lot of laps this week, so started in the back. Took a lot of time just learning to drive the track right and got the car better and better, and yeah, just finally went through the field and got a good P2 finish tonight.
P2 finish is always good, and tonight also long green flag run that we had there through the middle. Caution came out around lap 16 or so, and then around 100 laps green, 2 green flag cycles went through during that time. Were you expecting that? Was there a game plan for if that happened?
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. I think really looking at how big and wide this track is, it should have long green flag runs, and that definitely was the way it played out tonight. So definitely kind of, I guess that's one reason why I off in the back was a good thing, because you take it easy, and taking it easy as the tires come around, I can kind of make my way forward, and that's pretty much what happened tonight. So definitely was expected, and I think there was a lot of cautions and a lot tougher to make the way up through the field.
Yeah, and as I said when I first asked you a question, kind of call you a dark horse about how you're slowly able to do a methodical way up, and again showed it tonight. Joe, you got anything for him?
I mean, just a good run up through the field there. Guys, how was the tire wear for you tonight?
It wasn't too bad. I think like 40 laps into the run, I would get the tire warning on one of the corners of the car, and then I'd say really a struggle point of my car was probably the last 10 laps of the run. So definitely the long green flag runs were a good thing, but at the end of the run, I definitely fell off a bit more in that last 40 to 50-ish range. So really that caution we got with 120 was like perfect timing, because for 30 laps, my car was pretty good. Just the last run under-adjusted a little bit, and didn't have enough rig there as he was putting up a good fight.
Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, definitely want to thank Dave and all the league admins, you guys, for broadcasting the league. Want to thank everybody at Legacy Esports and Reaper Speed Lab for the great setup. Definitely had a good run tonight, and if I had adjusted a little bit better on the box, would have a little something for Greg there at the end. But otherwise, want to thank everybody in the league. Congratulations to Greg on his win, and then yeah, thanks to everybody else in the league tonight for running a good, clean race the whole way.
Yo, man, that's over Chad Ginningsman. He's bringing it home in second. I'll bring up Bo Kolmacheski up here against Purple. We got that thing man by inches.
Hey, Thomas Kolmacheski, it's Wesley and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha.
Well, I want to start off with that finish coming off of 4. You were side by side with Tucker and kind of door banging there to the start finish, and barely scraped it out over him. How was that feeling, seeing that you got the run and he didn't quite give you a lot of room?
It was, I was expecting, him not to just give it to me, give me some sort of, I tried to take as much air off of him as I could, and we ended up just kind of drifting back up the track and nowhere else to go.
Yeah, nowhere else to go. We always say late race cautions kind of bring excitement, and kind of also good long green flag run in the middle of the race. Lap 16 brought a caution, 100 laps during green, 2 pit cycles, 2 quick cautions, and then around 20 or so to go green the rest of the way. Come home third. Was there anything expected from that? I mean, Auto Club's a giant track, it's wide. Were you expecting that long green flag run?
I was hoping, hoping we were going to get another green flag run like last week, and we did and got more. But it was great racing. I thought I ended Greg's race earlier in the race when I clipped him. I felt so bad for that.
Yeah, we saw that as well, and great rebound by him, but also just great run by you in general. Top 5 almost the whole way around. Always towards the front there, and coming home in third. Oh, you got anything for him?
Well, I asked Kinsman on this too, because I asked here on your end, how was the tire wear out there tonight for you and your
So on those long green flag runs, I was about, 46 on the right sides, right front, and about 50 on the right rear. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad.
It was about typical Auto Club. Practice is really crucial here tonight, huh? I mean, now, anytime did you ever think about taking maybe like a 2-tire stop?
It never crossed my mind. I was, thinking we were going to keep it green. And we did there at the end. Maybe I would have. I don't know. Keep it spicy.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. But you got that third place, man. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yep. I'd like to thank TWRS for putting out another great setup. And my teammates for being there.
Yo, man, that's Cole Macheski here tonight. Inching it out. This man here, though, got it done. Cars, you're waiting to booth to get a copy.
Yep, I got you.
Well, you got the Fast 5. You got the win. You was able to get up front there. I mean, now, I guess first off, got to ask, because it's something that we were noticing Midwest was some guys were shifting and you weren't. Maybe you can put a little bit of light on why is that so here? What would have been the difference between why some were doing it and some weren't?
Yeah, that's a good question. We tested that a lot during the week, and we noticed if you did shift, you really would burn the rear tires off and wouldn't be able to run the bottom in the long run. And if you noticed, when got in the middle of the run to the long run, I was pretty much the only guy that could run the bottom, and that's the main reason we stayed with not shifting, because it doesn't burn the rear tires as much.
Okay, that we were seeing it there, that it could just looked like it kind of was neutral between you and them. It wasn't making a difference, and sometimes it would. So, kind of interesting thing that we're seeing at the end of it. But hey, you got out front, and how was your tire? Now I've asked a lot of the other guys tire wear, and I asked you also maybe your tire wear out there too, and do you think maybe that's kind of helped pit strategy why that they got you out front?
Yeah, me and Tom got together lap 10, and as you remember, I spun and had to go all the way to the rear of the field and had to work my way from pretty much last all the way back up. But I knew that on the long run, I had the best car out there. So I knew if it would just go long runs that I had a chance to get back up there. And fortunately for me, that's what happened tonight.
He's able to get up front, like you said, man. Well, Wes, aim for a winner tonight.
I just want to talk about what you just touched on there, Greg. Got spun early on and dropped all the way to the rear, and an amazing drive back. And those 2 green flag pit stops kind of shook up the field and spread everything out to where it was maybe a little easier to just get into your rhythm. And with you not shifting, you said you found it saved tire wear a little and might have just gave you a small bit of an advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, and I got to thank the guys at CFM. They're the ones that build the chassis, Vicente Salas, Evan Say, and we just done a lot of work on that and figuring out what's best, shifting, not shifting, tire pressures, everything. So big shout out to those guys, and big shout out to my team, also Team Birdie Racing. It's our first win this year. Me and Alexander, my nephew, we finished. We had some bad luck with the other guys, with Josh and John, but it's still a great night for the team.
Oh, well, great night indeed. Congrats on your win, not only for the race, but the Fast 5 Challenge. That's a little extra pocket money to put forward with all the guys. Or maybe keep it to yourself and go get you a trophy.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row, I think. So I got 2 of them bagged, which is very nice to have, and I sure would like to have another one next time. So we'll try again.
Joe, you got something before we let them go?
Tell you what, it's a good job out there. Got the win tonight, man. You got anybody you want to thank for this awesome victory?
No, like I said, once again, just want to thanks the guys at Team Birdie Racing, my nephew Alex, Josh, John. Thanks to those guys, and also CFM Performance Setups. They're the best out there with Vicente Salas. Coke Driver builds them. They're just such good setups, and thanks to those guys.
Go Greg Carr winning tonight, getting the Fast Five here at the Auto Club. Let's look at the final results order here. But you got Greg Carr out front. Kenny's been bringing home in second. Cole Macheski there in third. Tucker in the fourth. Fifth place, we got Shane Clore. Kevin Zozak there in sixth. Alec Carr up in the seventh. We got Dylan Grusmacher there in the eighth. Sanchez spinning out the ninth. Latham in the 10th. Oil spinning in the 11th. We got Westwood in the 12th. Back in the back, we got 13th, man. We got Nicotera. Mitchell there in the 14th. 15th, we got Stevens. Duncan in 17th. Gardner in 18th. Gerlach there in 19th. Zozak, he's finishing out 20th. Oliman in 21st. Moore, he's back there, man, in 22nd, 23rd. Alphen. Luger hanging on to the 24th, 25th, man. Got Vincent 26th there. Jorgensen, 7th Phillips. And you got Medina 28th. Binder hanging on to 29th. Hyatt 30th and Jones. But, man, what a finish to this one here tonight. And good, clean, man, thriller there at the end.
Yeah, good and clean through the middle of the race, and like you just said, a thriller at the end with those two kind of quick cautions to give us a small sprint, or not quite small sprint, but a big sprint to the finish. And I'd like to say I'm ready for what's next, but we don't know what's next quite yet.
Yeah. So stay tuned, folks, man, as always. For myself and everyone here at Spartan Sim Racing League, have a good night.